What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben gaming video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. Now, today we're taking a look at Mafia, the old country, running on PlayStation 5 Pro. I thought we'd do the PS5 Pro first and then dive into the base PlayStation 5 later on today in a separate video. So if you want to see that, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video. It really does help me out, so I'd appreciate any support on that. But let's dive into this game and just show you the options. You've got two separate modes here. You've got performance and a quality mode, and then you've got a VSync option, a toggle for both those modes, which is really interesting to have and will prove very useful shortly. So I've got up to a certain point in the game. I'm just skipping through all the cutscenes because obviously I want to play the game for myself off camera, but I thought this was a good sort of place to start, a nice open world area in a way, not open world necessarily, but we're following this guy, we're on a horse, and it kind of just feels right. And right now we're about 70 frames per second, sometimes higher, 75, and sometimes 65, but overall pretty good. And I gotta say, I'm really impressed with this because rumors building up to this game's launch, all I'd heard, from me at least, is that we're only going to see a 30 frames per second mode on console and potentially only a 40 frames per second on PS5 Pro. So that, naturally, as somebody who bought this console for performance and higher image quality, I was very disappointed with. Now, I'm just really happy to see we've got that 60 frames option. Now, there is some artifacting, as you can kind of see on the ground, and when you pan the camera, it's a little bit artifacty. It's not quite as clean an image as I hoped, but still it does look very good. Now, while we're in this kind of open area, I do want to just toggle this to quality mode also. Let me just, it's a little bit laggy, the toggle, so I end up flicking it off, but we're going to keep VSync off for a second. And we are actually, with this quality mode, about 50 frames per second, drops down occasionally to 49, then goes up to 53. So it's actually pretty decent. It's sort of like an unlocked mode, and I'm really pleased they've introduced this. And I always champion this kind of stuff because obviously with PlayStation 6 only a couple of years away, and I know people get upset talking about PS6, but it is going to come out. It's factually going to be there in a couple of years' time. We can go back to games like this and retest these games on new hardware where we've got this unlocked mode that toggles a 120 FPS experience potentially, and if we have a good enough hardware, we could see this quality mode look incredibly nice and run really well on PlayStation 5 Pro. So that is really, I mean PlayStation 6, sorry, not PlayStation 5 Pro. So, but this mode for now is really nice, and I'm actually considering playing it in this mode. Now, obviously we've got the VSync toggle, so if we go over to settings, back to graphics, and we toggle on VSync in quality mode, it's pretty much going to cap your frame rate at what feels like a 30 FPS. So it certainly is, yeah, you know, we're not seeing anything above that really. It feels very 30 FPS-y and not how I would personally play the game, especially when we have the unlocked VRR mode on PS5 Pro. Obviously, if you've got a you know, a VSync display like it's and a VRR display, like it looks good either way. So personally, if I'm going to play in quality mode, I would want to toggle this off. Now, I'm going to stay in quality mode for a short while because we're actually going indoors. And, you know, I know a lot of people like to see the outside world and stuff, but I'll skip the cutscene just so none of us are spoiled. And I don't want to be spoiled because I want to play this off camera. But a lot of this game will also be, or some of this game will also be indoors, right? So let's just see what we actually get performance-wise from an indoor area with this quality mode unlocked. And we are seeing 60 FPS in this area. So that's pretty nice to see. Let's go with this for now. Let's get the. Can we get it on? No, we don't have anything there. Okay, never mind. Anyway, we grab that, and oh, there's a little collectible here. Not that it matters because I'm going to do a full new save when I play this off camera. Let's grab that. Hold that to use a bandage. Interesting. Got you. Full health. Very nice. All right, out the door we go. All right. Where are we wanted is, but in this outdoor section we are about 53 frames per second here, so it's not too bad. Like, I could easily play like this. Like, I would happily play in this sort of state. So I don't know, I'm just, to be honest, I'm just really glad right now that we are seeing something that is not 30 FPS only. That is really nice to see because there's just no excuse for it. When I saw the gameplay for this game and I thought, ah, man, you know, I'm hearing it's 30 frames, why it's not that impressive looking. Like, it's a good looking game, not doubting it and saying it's bad by any means, but it's not the most impressive game you've ever seen in the world, and we've seen games look far better and run at 60 frames. And I just thought maybe it was going to be a lazy port, but no, they've really pulled it off here. Having a quality mode that does go well above 30 frames and is actually close to 60. Like right now we're at 58 frames. It's really, really good. You know, and I could play it like this, so I'm pretty happy. I'm actually pretty pleased with this. So let's grab this other crate anyway, and we'll keep going on. I've seen some people say they want longer videos from me, so I'm happy to do that, and we can dive back into the performance mode, go through a few more areas. I know people like that kind of like more raw, uncut stuff, and you know, maybe more like 20-minute plus long videos rather than very, very short ones. So I'm absolutely happy to start doing that. I did get some feedback from that on my Battlefield video. So let me know what you think about that. Is that all of them? Maybe not. I think we've got more to grab. Oh, we can sprint. So I've been walking at snail's pace. Oh no, you can't sprint indoors. But yeah, in this little indoors bit, we're very close. We're hovering around that 60, so that's nice. But when we go outside, there it's just a occasional area that just doesn't feel quite as smooth, particularly looking over towards like that direction. That feels much less smooth compared to like facing this way. So I hope personally we get more games like this that have this unlock toggle. I've always said it's a really good thing when we get this type of developers coming out and doing these sorts of things, because it gives these games longevity on the console, which is absolutely what we want to see. Let's go back quickly to the performance mode, and we'll untoggle VSync on that as well and just see what we actually get performance-wise. So it's not hugely better, and that's what's confusing. Now, we are looking into the more demanding area that way. Definitely more artifacting and less sharpness on the trees in this direction, but we're getting 60 frames. So if we were to look this way, yeah, we're around that 70 frame mark. This direction is a little bit more demanding, however, but we're still getting, you know, 70 frames, to be honest, there. Hello? I'm trying to speak to you, but my button prompt is not showing unless okay, we're just coming from that angle. Fair enough. So yeah, we're at high. It's a good refresh rate experience on a VRR panel. This feels really, really nice, and I hope we see this more, as I said, because again, both these modes we're going to be able to look at and come back to in 2 years' time on PS6, or close to 2 years' time, maybe just over, going into early 2028 apparently, and dive into this stuff. I'm not saying we need the console now, or we don't. I'm very happy with what we've got, but it's just going to be fun coming back to so many of these games and trying out these other stuff. Can we skip through the dialogue, because I just want to dive into more of the actual gameplay, and I'm going to play this off camera. But yeah, let me know what these Mafia games are like. I have never played a Mafia game before, so this is all new to me. We'll turn on the VSync options, by the way, in a second for people wondering. We will go do that in a sec. But yeah, I've not played a Mafia game before. Is this an okay one to start with? Is it bad to start with this one? Like, yeah, let me know, because I don't really know, to be honest. Pick up the pig. Oh, what's left of it? Yeah, sure. No worries. Got you. Right, let's go back over here. But yeah, I've not played one before. Let me know what I should expect. Is there ones I should play first? Is this an okay one to dive into? Definitely let me know, because I don't want to play this one and then be missing a load of information. But yeah, so the quality mode and the performance mode is, the difference is resolution. Obviously, it's a lot softer in the performance mode, but the frame rate, it obviously is better. It's just a shame that quality mode doesn't quite hit 60, but I shouldn't complain, because I'm very happy that they've even got one, to be honest, that runs that well. Right here, we're about 80 frames per second, so it's obviously very varied. I've heard that the performance mode in some demanding areas, where there's a lot of gunfights going on, obviously this is a first impressions video, so I don't necessarily want to go crazy far into the game, but when there's a lot of gunfights going on, I've heard the performance mode does stay usually around 60, but that quality mode will dip. So that's obviously something to bear in mind. Oh, and grab this while they're chatting away. I'm followed you. Where? Oh, you want me to put it over here? Okay, I will go do that now. Let's drop that down.
If you need anything else.
Hello, Mr. Enzo. I believe your name is. Let's go. We've got a... Oh, no, it's Caesar. My bad. I'm not listening because I'm like obviously going to play this myself. But look at the world, man. I really hope we get to like just go around in this world because I really like this setting. It's kind of very Red Dead 2-y in a way. I don't know. It's giving me Red Dead 2 and Hitman vibes. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just weird, but I like it. I'm liking the setting a lot. Now let's go put on VSync on in the performance mode and just see what happens. Yeah, so it is unlocked still. We're getting around 65 to 70 frames. It feels a little smoother, maybe slightly more input delay for sure, but it still feels very, very good actually. There's a bit of a thing when you first move the camera, it's sort of almost very blurry for a second. I don't know how to explain it. It just, you guys will see it on the video. I mean, I capture it in incredibly high quality, so hopefully that is coming across. The amount of housekeeping items you got to do at the start of this game is kind of crazy. We've got to clean out the stables now. Please don't make me do this. Please don't make me do this for like 10 minutes. Okay, well, we're doing it, guys. We're doing it. There's no skip button for this either. Yeah, okay, we're skipping. It's okay. We don't have to do that for like 10 minutes, which is always nice to avoid. All right, I'm going to skip through this cutscene. And let's see what is happening. So we've got VSync on in performance mode. We're well above that 60 mark. I've not seen it get close to 60 really overall, which is really great to see. And yeah, so there was a little sudden spike there that did actually go below 60 frames in the performance mode, but yeah, pretty decent. All right, what's going on here? This place is like gorgeous though. I kind of want to go back to the quality mode because I'm just wanting to see. Let's go quality and let's turn this off. I just wanted to see if I can really adjust to it because I did do it, didn't I? Because it's so smooth sometimes. Yeah, we're in quality with VSync off. Like it's pretty incredible. Like, again, I'm shocked because we just did not expect to even have a quality mode option. Get ready for the meal. Okay, so yeah, like I think I'm quite tempted to play like this. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm quite tempted. Yeah, it's not perfect. There is frame drops, but I think I can deal with this for sure. So let's try. Yeah, okay. Come on. Yeah, okay. We get it. We get it. I'm just trying to get to the you know, just through the game so I can see some different things. But yeah, I think I might be able to do this. Right, let's take a bath, I guess. We may need to blur some stuff here. I don't know. I'm not sure what we're getting ourselves into right now. Hey, look, black screen. We're at 70 frames per second. Nice. That was good. All right, let's go in. Guess we're going in for the dinner. And another trophy. This is a game that I think I'm going to really enjoy. I'm very excited about this, to be honest with you. So I'm looking forward to diving into this one for sure. All right, let's see where we've ended up. I always find it like time traveling, skipping through cutscenes, like when you're first doing it, because you just don't know where you're going to be. All right, back on Mr. Horse. And I guess we're going to be following the car. Off we go. We're at 55 frames per second, so a couple of drops below that, definitely into that below the VRR window. By the looks of it, we're getting sort of like 48 frames showing up, which always means we're hitting that kind of VRR point. Now, yeah, it's definitely not as stable as performance mode, but it definitely looks sharper. Like, I'm just going to switch back, and we're in the open world now for sure. Look at that. I am so much more excited now. I'm playing this kind of area. Yeah, it's just more like fuzzy and hazy and just that little bit more like, yeah, like oil painting, like not in the worst way. It's not like, you know, Nintendo Switch 1 oil painting, obviously, but it is like just a downgrade from that quality mode, but we are at 65 plus FPS most of the time in this performance mode, so it entirely depends what you want. Obviously, if you do want a locked 60 plus, performance mode is absolutely for you. If you're happy dropping some frames and going 50s and then down below the VRR window in some areas on the quality mode, then, you know, if you're okay with that and you could deal with that, then that's not really a huge problem, to be honest. So there's options there. There's definitely options of what you can do. Look at this world, though. This is absolutely stunning. We're at 70 frames per second, really clear, really good. Like, obviously not as good as quality, but still really nice. And when you're sitting back, I'm sitting on a monitor right now, so I know for a fact that later, when I absolutely go and dive into this game properly, and I'm sitting back behind me on that TV at like 4 meters plus, you're not going to see that big of a difference. And that's what we always, or I like to say on this channel, like you can have a lot more graphics, a lot more resolution, but when you are sitting at a TV at least, and you've got some distance, you're not going to see huge differences always between quality and performance like you might sitting close up on a monitor like I am currently. So that does make all the difference. There's definitely you know, it does change what you feel and what you see on screen. So do bear that in mind. We'll flick back to the quality mode again. I'm gonna leave VSync off because personally, just VSyncing it makes no sense to me right now. Yeah, that's a lot sharper on this monitor. We're at 50 FPS. If I pan the camera like this, we do drop below the VRR window when looking in certain directions, but it's a good option. With VRR displays, if you've got one, this is a very nice option. It gives you above 40 frames, and yeah, obviously if you've got a 60 frames monitor without VRR, then you might want to play in performance mode with VSync. But yeah, this is a gorgeous looking game, guys. Really nice looking game. I'm more excited now to play this. I didn't know much about it, as I said before, not played a Mafia game, and I'm excited to dive into this one. Yeah, perhaps I'll do like a bit more of a deep dive and a bit more lengthy gameplay and a let's talk video on this once I dive into it a little bit more and I'm a bit further through. Sorry, I like to do those kind of videos. If you don't know, on the channel we do you know, let's talk videos where we dive a little bit more deeply into the game compared to these videos where we're just kind of giving our first impressions on PS5 Pro and base PS5 performance. But I think we'll stop there. I don't think there's much more for me to dive into right now. Yes, you're going to see dips, but it's overall really, really good. Like, I have to say, I'm pleased with how the game looks. As I said, I'm very pleased we've actually even got a performance mode, and then the fact that we've got a quality mode that is unlocked. More of this from developers, please. And again, it supports future consoles by having these unlocked modes. It's really, really nice to see. And I want to confirm that looking up into the sky in quality mode, we get 90 frames per second, which might seem stupid. You're like, well, yeah, you're not going to play the game like that. No, obviously not. But it confirms that in the quality mode even, you can go to probably 120 frames per second. Meaning when we do have PlayStation 6, we're going to really see these games show what the PS6 can actually do. So thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you are new to my channel. And yeah, I'll see you in future videos. Bye bye for now, guys.